Hello and hey, and today I would like to kind of spotlight a bare-bones sniper build, along with discussing what is and what isn't possible for sniper rifles in Payday 2. So, to talk just broadly on the principles of sniper rifles in general, the thought, at least from my mind, is they're balanced by their long-range capabilities in their slow rate of fire, which is obvious, but also because they are very large weapons that they have very low concealment. But in this game, that sort of proves to be a huge detriment to them when you try to think of these weapons as being stealth viable. And I say that because if you have high detection, but you're really far away, the detection is negated, and that's good. That's a good thing. It means it's balanced. But since you cannot just take a guard out because someone needs to answer that pager, like even if you shoot them into a good location, the pager still needs to be gotten. It sort of loses that same sort of balance and becomes not really usable. You can't validate bringing a sniper rifle always to a stealth mission and not using it in a way that is, still close up, like many of the other weapons. So, to sort of combat that, or not even necessarily that, but just kind of show what's possible, either through maybe you not wanting to spend all of your spending cash on just trying things out, or to see if you actually want to try to go for those achievement mods, I'm going to show off what sort of is possible through modifications, and then show a brief little build at the end for some skills and some things to look forward to once you have those guns. So, to start with, I want to talk about the Rattlesnake that I have modified to have probably should look at it, a Thea magnified scope. Okay, so once you kind of concede the fact that you're not able to shoot people from afar in stealth, even though you have a suppressed barrel, or a silenced barrel, whatever it wants to be, so I do have the sniper suppressor on here, you can kind of start thinking, like, maybe I can just, like, mark guys for my teammates, and I can help out that way, because it seems like it's possible. And so with the Thea magnified scope, which automatically highlights, or, like, ink outlines enemies that you have looked at, that was a strange sentence, it has very strict boundaries. There's limitations on this that it fails at, because there's not that many heists that are open enough for you to actually, keep guys highlighted for that people aren't used to stealthing around anyway. Like, the first example I can even think of is getting on top of one of those buildings in Shadow Raid and highlighting all the guys in the yard. It's not really necessary because you're going to stick to the outline, or the outskirts rather, if you're stealthing anyway, and so you're not really going to be utilized that well, and you're kind of just standing around when you probably could just equip another weapon and be doing something else for somebody, as far as, obtaining loot and throwing it or moving bags or something. It's going to be more helpful than just standing and looking at guys. So, alternatively, because if you do want to use this, it's 46 detection, so it's not even that great to bring inside with you as well, or either. And you might think, like, well, that suppressor is sort of, it's hurting the concealment too. And even though we have the +5 concealment body, we're looking at -2 here. If I take this off, it only goes down to 43, so it'd be hardly even noticeable. So you might as well just leave it on. And if you want to explore it, it's possible, but the downside, like I was saying, another downside rather, is it does not spot enemies through glass, and that's huge, because you can press F and look at somebody if they're close enough to you through glass, as long as you can see their head. And so basically the only way you're not able to spot somebody, the only way that you're able to use this scope to benefit you is if there is not glass between you and you cannot see their head and they're within range. So it's an ultra specific scenario that this is actually helpful to you, but I did want to kind of showcase it to show that, you know, this is what you'd get with that build. So I'm not too big a fan of this, but it kind of is what it is, so I wanted to show it. What you might want to use is an Nagant with a suppressor, which gets you all the way down to 32 detection. This is the lowest this detection can get with using a sniper rifle that is suppressed or silenced in some way. And to do this, we have the silenced barrel, no bayonet, I have chosen no gadget, and then the iron sight with a discrete stock. This is basically if you're dead set on using a sniper rifle in your primary spot that you're going to take on a stealth mission, or if you're really into silent killer builds, you can use it. I mean, that sounds silly, but 32 is starting to get pretty low. I mean, it's sort of a mid-range still, so it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's not as easy to stealth with this number, but even if it does go loud, you still do a buttload of damage, and especially if you have silent killer, you get back up towards this base quite a bit. I'm very sure, excuse me, I'm very sure if you shoot a shield through his shield with a headshot, he will go down with one shot, still with a silenced barrel. So in that way, you have a primary that is something that you like to use because this isn't ultra practical, but it's also something that is very good even with a suppressor on it. So you can take it, but there are some options if you don't want to just use this as a primary in stealth. So the next thing I'm going to show is a Rattlesnake. You'll see a theme here. It's just these two sniper rifles of the four. We can get down to 29 detection with just using the tactical aluminum body. As you'll see, I have nothing else currently on this weapon. And this is just the standard gun with the 10 concealment. It is the earliest sniper rifle you get. It's like level 14 or 17 or something super early, so you're able to snipe if you want to do that from a very early level, and you'll have, I mean, great success, especially on missions like Watchdogs, where you have a bunch of weak cops, or like Rats, Day 1, a bunch of weak cops, and you dispatch them. It doesn't really matter the damage because you're gonna overkill them with that much damage. So it's nice having that many rounds. You still have the relatively quick rate of fire. It's just a good weapon, and you can get. We're starting to get down into the lower detection ratings, so it's just something I wanted to show because it was lower than the last. And then finally, the absolute lowest we can get our detection to be is 20. That's very good. Like, for a sniper rifle, that kind of blows your mind the first time you see it. You're like, are you sure that I have this equipped correctly? But at the same time, it is not actually that stealthy. I mean, you're going to be using your secondary most of the time anyway. You're going to have a silenced pistol or whatever. But you have like a pseudo stealth option. You have dodge options. You have just this really strong weapon that you're going to absolutely dumpster on everything except a dozer in like one shot. So it's very nice, and it's basically the preferred stealth choice because you're just trying to get your detection low. If you're going to run the dodge, if you're going to run crit, if you want to beef up your secondary, you're going to be able to easily do it. You're going to fall within the boundaries of 25 or even less, because this is even 15 lower, so you get half of the bonuses if you just go basic in those skills. And we've done this by going for the short barrel, no bayonet, I have chosen no gadget, the iron sight, and the discrete stock. It is a little bit behind a wall because you do need the Wind of Change achievement to get the short barrel and the discrete stock. That's the Hoxton breakout overkill with certain masks for your whole crew. Not the easiest for everybody to get, but you can go on the forums or the discussions or whatever, and you can find a crew fairly easily. There's still a lot of people trying to do these trying to do these achievements, so be on the lookout for that. And then yeah, this will be the gun that I'll kind of focus on or use for a quick little bit here. But before we do that, we'll go over to the skills and perks, and I'll start with the fugitive tree and kind of work my way to the left. We've chosen for a little bit more concealment. We got the better dodge chance and a little bit more movement speed. In Ghost, the chameleon is required. Get a little bit more concealed, a little bit more movement speed, and then just kind of basic, dodge. Don't take crazy amounts of damage from falling, and fast hands. Technician is the first, in our look at this, the first of our sniper buffs. The snipers, unlike shotguns, pistols, or submachine guns, do not have, crazy buffs in the skill trees anywhere, but they also don't need them. They're very good weapons, and we can utilize the buffs we get, but they're not absolutely required like they would be for like submachine guns or pistols to be, super viable at the highest level. So to get there, we have gone with Rifleman Aced. I mean, the snap to zoom. I mean, basically we're trying to get to the accuracy, but the snap to zoom is insane. I mean, you get there, it's so fast for this game. It's ridiculous. And then the increased zoom level isn't completely noticeable with our iron sight, but it is noticeable. It does go in a little bit further, and it can help for those longer shots because, I mean, hey, you don't actually have a sight or a scope on this thing. And then, whoops, and then to get Sharpshooter Basic, we have 20 more % accurate with all single shot weapons. That is key because with our short barrel, or even the suppressed barrels, you do lose a couple of points of accuracy. And as we know, the magic number is 18, so we want to get back to that, and we actually get above that with this, and we'll be at 19, which will keep all of our shots super precise and on point. In the Enforcer tree, this was an optional thing. I think Transporter Aced is basically required for like every build you ever do. But as a recommendation, I might suggest Tough Guy Basic, because of that aforementioned precision. When you're taking a shot, and as soon as you pull that trigger, you get hit, it might throw your shot off, and this gives you a little bit better chance of actually taking the guy out that you meant to take out. It's kind of an ultra-specific thing, but I also wanted these flashbang resistance, so it was an easy choice for me to just pick up an extra point while I'm already here, especially with how many points that we actually have that are extra, and I will point that out when we go into the Mastermind tree. But this is kind of whatever. This would be an easy choice if it wasn't bugged, but it's bugged, so don't use it. I mean, Basic's fine, but Aced is wrong still. I believe, anyway. If it isn't, correct me, please. But yeah, this is if you want. So as we go into Mastermind, you can choose any amount of whatever you want to do here. I mean, I'm not going to try to hold your hand for this. The stability, I think, is a little bit of a waste, unless you want it for your secondary. Because, I mean, the rate of fire is so slow, the barrel has to come back down by the time you shoot the next shot. It's just a requirement. So, you don't have to worry about too much about that. Because we are using a suit setup, I have chosen to go for the Rogue perk deck. And that's relevant because I want to have the weapon switching. The time be very short, and obviously the increased dodge, so we got a suit. So to even further buff the weapon time, we have Equilibrium Basic, because I mean, as soon as you press the button to switch weapons from your pistol to the sniper rifle, it's up. And then it's a little bit slower the other way around, but that's okay because we're not going to be trying to use that ultra often, basically. So because we are trying to boost our weapons here, because I want to use pistols, I have gone for Gunslinger. It's not a requirement at all. It's an extra 12 points I've used because I had a crap ton otherwise. So both Inspire, which is always nice, it's a team player skill. It can be the difference in you passing and failing a mission, it really can. But between these 24 points in this tree and even like these, let's see, 9 points in this tree, you'd have 48 extras. So, I mean, this is kind of a low-level build. You could be around level 60, which is when you're going to have these sniper rifles anyway. So it works out pretty nice. And then the skill that makes them is the biggest, I'm the biggest proponent of, is Kilmer. The reload speed is obviously super awesome. I mean, it's the biggest buff you can get, pretty much, to the weapon because of how often you need to reload. And then weapon accuracy while moving is increased by 50%. I almost feel like it's a mental thing, because if you don't have it, I mean, there's going to be like 1 or 2 shots during a mission, you're going to be like, man, I hit that, you know? Why didn't that kill? I hit that. And, I mean, it shouldn't be the case because we have the magic number, but at the same time, it basically, I think it guarantees always having the 18 accuracy, so... I'm rambling too much because that's not even the main benefit of the ace. The run and reload is the thing I'm advocating this point allocation for. Because you can sprint while you're reloading, you get the maximum amount of dodge when you are the most vulnerable. When you cannot put any damage out, because you have to reload, you're not you're taking as little amount of damage as you possibly can. I mean, half the reason for the rogue and the pistol thing is because if we do get into a bad situation and we absolutely need to have damage getting put out by us, we can switch to a pistol that's gonna, you know, do some work. But we can also run away from the fight and reposition while we are reloading that weapon. And that's like an alternate thing that I really enjoy having. So we have more mobility while we are vulnerable, and that's why I have chosen that skill. So, unfortunately, I was unable to innovate anything particularly special about snipers. I mean, I do believe that they are practical weapon choices on any difficulty, as long as you have a particular, you know, taste in them and your aim is good enough to actually use them on the difficulty you're trying to use it for. Other than that, I don't have much to say. I mean, if you like these weapons enough to take them on stealth, you probably already have these modifications, but if you don't, that's what you get if you want to go back and look at the specific points in the video where I go over each weapon. The Remington and the Thanatos are... I mean, the Remington is probably like the best sniper rifle, but you have to have high detection. It's just a guarantee. There's no way to really mitigate it. You get it up to like 8, I think, but even that is a loud weapon, and it's not, because it has an okay rate of fire, it has the extra bullet, and it can one-shot specials, just like the Nagant. So it's kind of in a weird place where it's very good, but it doesn't fit many builds because it's not great. Like a Thanatos is great at, you know, dozer / special killing, and the Rattlesnake is great at taking out many enemies, but the other two kind of fall into weird spots. The Nagant can be concealed, whereas the Remington, although being probably objectively the best weapon to have just by rounds compared to damage for a quicker sniper rifle, I can't validate its usage in this sort of build. So I think I talked for a really long time there, but at the same time, I do kind of want to show it a little bit in action because the snap to zoom and that sort of thing is a little bit more fun to deal with. If I decide that it's way too long, I talked earlier, I might cut this out. But hey, thanks for watching the video, and we'll catch you later maybe? Okay, so I've decided to actually show the weapon in action because you should do on a build video. I guess I got a little caught up in my talking for so long that I thought the video would be too long, but I need to show the gun. That's kind of what I need to do. So I ECM rushed the first day to intentionally get the breaking ballot because I prefer breaking ballots loud to whatever it's called this other day too. And so I can stealth first part, and then once we go loud I can show a couple minutes of footage of the gun in action. But, you know, it's more of the same, where you can stealth with this gun, and then once it goes loud, it's a very good gun. So it's pretty fun to play with. Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I bumped him. I didn't hug the door. I'm gonna restart that, actually. I got a little impatient. Yeah, that other guard, he probably would have fucked me anyway. That worked out. That's okay. I messed that up. That wasn't... That, that's not fair. Tough titty. It's just tough titty, man. Just tough titty. So yeah, I mean, 20 detection is easy enough to stealth a lot of things. So what I want to focus more on now is just this crazy swap time. And then weapon zoom. That's intense. It's almost too fast when you're first starting to get used to it. Because you're just kind of used to the slow motion. Then all of a sudden, pow! It's right there. Yeah, how much time we got? Let's try this one as a nav. Get some.
I got those scramblers from Platt. Really beast, fresh new technology. That lying son of a bitch.
I don't know if I've heard that line before. That's actually kind of funny. Well, luckily it was in a good spot too, so I could go back to it without having to worry about almost anything. Hello! Just looks at it, like no big deal.
Shit. Be cool. Okay, the data scrambled. It'll seem just like a normal data failure. It's time to breach the bank. The explosion will take care of the voting machines.
Ooh, maybe a double. That not a double? I believe so. Three shots, 5 kills. Not too bad. Oh my god, I'm terrible. Okay.
The wall is history. Should have taken a few machines down with it too. Sending you the lands in the elevator. Get ready for it, guys. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, Ramblers, let's get rambling. Time's wasting. Start getting that vault open now. Knock it down!
Part of the Dagansa lure. One shot, specials in the head. Oop, I thought I missed him. Move, move, move! Oh, I think I just missed it. Hello, friends. Aw. Missed that sector shot, huh? Okay. I don't like being in there. Ooh, that's a couple people. Oh, that instant jump. Damn. Sometimes these guys are insane, apparently. Houston, please.
You look great. I'll be honest, you're pretty fucked up. I think I saw you in the Walking Dead.
Overkill, please fix this. You got it? I'm scared. Oh my god, I should be scared too. Get the fuck out. Thought he was gonna jump the wall. Oh, I had 2 easy shots on him, I just missed them. Shit. I need to get better at that. No. Trying to swag out. Oh my god, what a time to fucking go stupid. I deserve this. These enemies aren't fair. Just saying. Alright, so apparently you're a little vulnerable to snipers and cloakers. I didn't think you were before. Is that okay? This has been a little bit embarrassing and a lot of bit frustrating, so hopefully we can improve it. I keep doing that, I keep shooting him in the right shoulder. Make sure I get that shot down. Nope. Ah, blocked. Let's take a weak cop, why not? Sounds like some specials. Ooh. Ain't nothing over here. Oh, bad shot. Thank you, sir. You're kind of kicking my ass right now. Nope. Heard the shot go off first before I peeked out. Oh, I'm bad. I assumed he was gonna just charge me, not do an awesome strafe. He circle strafed me. Where's Houston at? Guys, I'm important, guys. Not an ideal spot here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use it now. I went down twice, I think. Wait, I went down to a cloaker. And he's still there. And he pulled... That's the only part I really don't like about cloakers, is they pull your camera. That doesn't even make sense. This mission's over. Like, it's actually over right now. Never mind. The line back here is gonna clutch it out. I suck. I suck. Alright, now I'm glad. Now I'm glad I did the doctor's bag, but jeez, I suck. This is frustrating to me.
I'm too old for this. Now get to work. You don't have all day.
Hayes eliminated. Shield dropped.
The drill sounds like it's stuck again. Somebody needs to fix it.
Watch out, sniper. Taken care of.
Shit, dude. This is not pleasant.
Sniper. Fire broken.
Taser down.
No. Shit. You try to guess where they're gonna be at, and sometimes you just kinda can't do it. Well, a lot of the time you can't do it. 'Cause you're me. Nope. Alright, this is the way I'm going in. I don't like that. I'm dead. I'm not dead yet. Nice duck.
You're gonna make a vegan looking like that.
Falling
Take
apart,
cover,
brother.
sniper! Come on, you bastard! Keep shooting!
Nice move. Double. Worked out.
Well, look at the fucking state of you!
Sorry, just rolling my eyes over here.
Jammed again. Somebody's gotta get it going.
Taser!
Hayes terminated. Come on, guys.
Taser! Listen to that! The drill must be bollocks! We need to get it fixed!
Get the fuck up. Sniper.
Oh, thanks!
How I'm not dead right now was a miracle.
Don't let the taser get close!
Hey, shield down. Watch out for the tank.
Taser eliminated!
Watch out.
I'll be honest, it's pretty fucked up.
Sniper, stay low!
can almost see that. I am having fun. This is like a torture right now. I think every time I am just in the worst possible spot, there's a cloaker. I mean, I heard him, but I needed the ammo, so I don't know. I missed that shot. That's not good. Okay.
I got you an escape van, just outside the main entrance.
Shh, shut up. You don't know me. Make sure I hit that shot. That was too early. That was good. And that was good.
Give him hell.
I hear you. Where are you? Hey, you're right there. Found you. He's able to do it. I can't do shit. Well, I think, again, the guns are great, and it's possible to stealth with them a little bit. I mean, I wish I could iterate a little further than just, you know, use these mods, and, you know, I could innovate, is what I'm trying to say, a little bit better. I guess iterate kind of makes sense too, but I wish I could innovate a little more than that. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. They're good. I'm a little bit frustrated with all the cloakers and stuff I missed, but other than that, that was a fine mission, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you for my next build. Later.